I'm Susan Taylor. Thank you for joining us. Border Patrol agent Robert Rosas was alone when he was fatally shot by a suspected smuggler near Campo last week. Well, today in his hometown of El Centro, his flag-draped casket was surrounded by thousands of mourners. Gene Cubison was on hand for the memorial service. Gene?
It was quite a turnout. All 1,100 seats in the auditorium at Southwest High School were occupied. Hundreds of people lined the hallways and lobby, and 2,500 sweltered in the gymnasium to watch on closed-circuit TV monitors.
Hasn't been a day that I haven't thought of you.
Border Patrol agents came from far and wide to pay their respects, including their chief, David Aguilar, who vowed to bring justice to the, quote, scourge of humanity who killed Rosas as the 30-year-old agent confronted a group of smugglers off the Shockey truck trail east of Campo. Several suspects are in custody in Mexico, one identified by another as the shooter. Another man's been arrested at a San Jose hospital. He's in U.S. custody in connection with the case, which officially is still under investigation. Now, there were eulogies from Assistant Homeland Security Secretary Alan Burson and Assistant Attorney General Lanny Brewer, and there was praise for the courage of Robert's widow Rosalie, mother of 2-year-old Mark Rosas and 11-month-old Kayla. One of the agents closest to Rosas said Robert was known as the mayor of El Centro because he seemed to know and love everyone there, and it was vice versa.
If you ever found yourself in any unusually long line at the Border Patrol checkpoint on Interstate 8, it was probably because Robert was saying hi to everyone that was driving.
Meantime, information leading to the conviction of whoever shot Rosas could bring a $100,000 reward from the FBI. Another $10,000 is being offered for the recovery of the service weapon that Rosas carried and apparently fired to wound one or more of the group he confronted. Marty.
Thank you, Gene. There is a fundraiser going on right now for the family of Agent Rosas. It's taking place at the Scottish Rite Center in Mission Valley. You can just drive through and make a donation to benefit the agent's family. Again, Scottish Rite Center, Camino del Rio South.
The packed auditorium stood in respectful silence as pallbearers escorted the body of the fallen agent. Rosas leaves behind his wife and 2 children, a 2-year-old boy and an 11-month-old baby girl. His widow, too distraught to speak, had her Aunt Irene deliver her message. She urged everyone to treasure the time they have with their loved ones.
That if I could have 5 more minutes of Robert's life, there would be so many words that I would express to him. Right now, you have those 5 minutes that my children and I no longer have.
She also talked about Rosa's dreams for their children. He was looking forward to playing ball with his son.
He envisioned himself coaching our son in T-ball. He wanted to ascend in his job, and hopefully our son would want to follow his footsteps, and that he would so proudly pin him at his academy.
And his dreams for his daughter, every father's dream for his little girl, the day he would walk her down the aisle at her wedding.
We talked about how someday he would have to walk our daughter down the aisle and he would have to dance with her. We would laugh because dancing was not something he liked to do.
His widow and their children will never see Rosas live out his hopes for their family, but they will be reminded what a wonderful father, husband, and hero this man was, not just by their mother, but through the words and the memories of everyone here and their gratitude for his service, doing a job he loved to do. Lene Lewis, KUSI News.
Border Czar Alan Burson was also at Agent Rosas' memorial service. He spoke directly to Rosas' family to let them know that his heart is breaking for them.
We understand the loss that Mrs. Rosas feels, and it tears at our heart, and it clutches at our throats and at our breath.
Burson also vowed to find the people responsible for the agent's murder and bring them to justice. The FBI continues to investigate the shooting. Mexican authorities say they have made an arrest.
An emotional memorial today for a life cut short in the line of duty. Border Patrol agent Robert Rosas was killed last Thursday while patrolling the border near Campo. Now take a look at a procession of Border Patrol agents and other law enforcement professionals that left San Diego this morning headed for El Centro to say a final farewell to a man they consider a hero. 10 News reporter Evie Ramos has the important message Ramos's widow shared today.
People came from near and far to honor Robert Rosas. There were special guests from Washington, D.C., including the Chief of the Border Patrol, David Aguilar, and Assistant Secretary for International Affairs, Ellen Burson. But the most emotional part of the morning was when Irene Davila, widow Rosalie Rosas' aunt, stood to read a message from Rosalie. Through her aunt, Rosalie shared a strong message of love and hope dedicated to her husband and to the men and women in uniform. After the memorial, we spoke to high school friends who found it hard to hold back the tears.
I don't think that you ever heal from this. They're always going to be on our hearts, and time will heal. It will. So, it will. But just to say we love you, Robert, and just rest in peace.
After the service, a procession took the casket to Evergreen Cemetery, where Rosas was buried. Reporting from El Centro, Evie Ramos, 10 News.
The investigation into Rosas' death is still ongoing. So far, no arrests have been made, but police in Baja are holding a man they say fired the deadly shot. His name is Ernesto Para Valenzuela. Para and 4 other suspects were arrested just after the shooting. A 6th person was arrested seeking treatment for a gunshot wound at a hospital in San Jose in Northern California. He had Agent Rosas' stolen cell phone. We have new information about the 4-year-old girl from Ohio who was found safe here in